agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. I will sit there. The only thing I will say that there's some weak-minded motherfuckers out here. Yo, yo.
Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the bowl.
Yo, 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 what do you know? Welcome to In the Bowl Podcast. Shout out to Hustle Five Ways. I'm your host, Nas.
She got tall, man, live from Dubai.
As always, In the Bowl Podcast is sponsored by your nation's own #1 mobile hookah provider, Sisha to You, where they not only provide quality Sisha for private events, but they also do wholesale distribution and take that experience to the next level. What's up? What's happening?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I feel like every week we talk about, like what we're doing, and every week, I think it's valid for when I sit there and say I'm chilling. I'm just, enjoying life, just enjoying the family, and taking it one day at a time. It's been a tough week, man. It's been a big week it happens every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it does happen every day. But you know what I'm saying? We lost some folks this week. You know what I'm saying? And we'll definitely get into that. But it's I don't know. Every time I just step out the door, you know what I'm saying? It's just another day that I'm just grateful to be here.
Yeah, man.
Not to be somber,
this is true,
shit,
man.
right? You know what I'm saying? Not to be all woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? Like life is great, but again, I'm just grateful to wake up to see another day and for another chance.
Hey, this is true, man. Life is short, man. Life is short. So with that being said, we gotta, kick it off with a, customary cheers, man.
Gotta kick it off, Justin. Cheers, man. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man. Another day, another episode, another week.
Another opportunity to be great.
Exactly.
You know,
So what's been going on this week, man?
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I think it happens so much. I think like, I've lost family members to street violence. You know what I'm saying? I've lost I think a lot of folks have. And I will sit there and say, man, I think there are certain things that happen. You're like, damn, man, it's kind of fucked up, right? But I will say that when I woke up, you know, the other day and saw, we all know about Offset, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed that he died, like, you think about the Migos, right? The Migos, they're young cats, you know what I'm saying? But I will sit there and say, one, their music, when it comes to that, they kind of started growing on me, right? But I will say, this could be my own personal opinion. I'll say, I think he had some of the best flows on that joint, right? And he was definitely underrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had some of the best flows. I don't even say he was underrated, I think. But, you know what I'm saying? He always just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like the fact that, you just out there chilling, cool, and you got some hating ass motherfucker out here is just mad. And you're going to take another man's life. You know what I'm saying? We talk about it all the time. We talked about Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? We talk about, and it's just sad that we continuously just see people who are just chilling, just hanging out, not trying to, cause no smoke or whatever, right? And just, they outside at a bowling alley. You know what I'm saying? Shooting dice, just doing what he does, just living his own world, doing what he does, and you gonna shoot him. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a video of a scuffle started and stuff like that, but that's some whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanna draw your shit because you know what I'm saying you ain't got no hands. I will definitely put that as, you know what I'm saying, you a sucker ass nigga for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that term because you ignorant as fuck in the sense that, you know what I'm saying, you can't even bust a fair one. You want to pull out a gun, you know what I'm saying, for over some words, over a funky ass dice game.
Yeah, man. It's definitely unfortunate incident. I know a lot of things, starting to unfold, and it's still early in the situation because the conspiracy theories are out there. So I will say, rest in peace to Takeoff. We definitely lost another one,
Yeah, man.
but
And then you just think about it, man, even in the same night, you know what I'm saying? Devado, he lost his son, you know what I'm saying? Like, to a drowning, you know what I'm saying? In the pool. Like, dog, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough, man. It's just, it's tough. And that's all I got to say, man. It's fucked up out here.
no, I mean, what really gets me though is that anytime that there's a situation, and I know we talked about in the past, but how folks so eager to pull their phones out, put things on social media, be the first one that post it, to get likes, go viral, and all that stuff. I think that's really the sickening and sad part. That I mean, before individuals' families can even be notified about something that happened, they got to look up and see their loved one, laying on the ground. I think that really needs to come to an end because
Yeah.
it's not cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like there's no respect, for life, for the dead, or for the breathing. It's like everybody's just trying to get their 15 minutes, and that's
Yeah.
the part that really blows me, man.
No, I hear you, man. But, it makes me, like, I was thinking about, I was listening, because I don't listen to the radio when I'm driving, right? That's one thing I don't fuck with the radio, right? And
No,
you
all you
just get,
listen to is UGK.
yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you hear the shit over and over. But then it started making me really think about the shit we listen to and the shit that be on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, you dropping your kids off at school, and you got songs like, you know what I'm saying? Especially like for me as a father, right? Raising a young girl. We get in the car, you know what I'm saying, on a radio. You got shit like, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers sitting on faces and, you know what I'm saying, wop wop and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying? And then you got, to just even say you're just raising a young man, a young king in this world. I heard a song today, and I can't even tell you sings it, honestly. Shit was trash, but they just kept talking about, his extendo, you know what I'm saying, the clip, you know what I'm saying, and talking about, what's the line he said? He said, if I was Will Smith, I would have hit him with the extended clip. And you sit there and you be like, this is the fuck I'm talking about, man. Like, it just keeps on going.
Yeah.
Enough's got to be enough. Like, when this shit's tired, when this shit's old, like, how cool are you? Because, you know what I'm saying, about that. That's what kind of influence. That's the mark you're going to leave on there in the trash for some shit. But that's my opinion. I can't take the name of this,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's just fucked up.
Yeah, man, it's wild because I mean, remember, back in the day, I mean, in the morning, it used to be, primarily, talk radio. Then, I think around 10 and lunchtime, you had like, the smooth jazz. In the afternoon, you started getting into it, and then the evening, that's when they started hitting you with the, I don't want to say the raw stuff, but the more explicit, content. But you're right. I mean, now it's you can turn the radio on, I mean, just about 24 hours a day, with probably the exception of anyone who has that late night slot where it's like 2 to 6,
Yeah, right.
where you're not really, hearing that. But I mean, it's the powers that be that are pushing that, and I mean, the whole thing with radio has changed. I mean, TV is the same way. I
Joe,
mean,
TV ain't no joke,
t-
dog.
yeah, TV, typically it was after prime time. You would start to see the more raunchy content. But
There's BT Uncut. You had to wait till after 12, you know what I'm saying, for shit like that to come on now. That shit part of your primetime TV. You know what I'm saying? Even
yeah,
commercial.
exactly. It's all going mainstream, and that's just why you got to be careful of. I mean, what you put in, because what you're listening to and what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're scrolling through. I mean, all that stuff affects your mental and your state of mind. So I mean,
That's real.
we as in we as individuals, we have to, hold ourselves to a higher standard to, watch what we consume
No
because
facts.
they're throwing everything at you, so you can't depend on, someone else to, look out for, like I said, your mind state and, what you're consuming.
And I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. I will sit there. The only thing I will say that there's some weak-minded motherfuckers out here. There's some easily influenced motherfuckers that think this shit's real life and don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it, right? You just think about all the deaths and all the murders. You know what I'm saying? All these killings that are going on out here. What makes you think that should be your purpose, right? And I don't know. I don't even know how to ask that question. I just think like it's just. I don't know, obviously what you feed, you know what I'm saying, yourself, that's what you're going to spew out, right? And I get that. But there's just some weak motherfuckers out here that think, they can hit the reset button and off a temporary emotion, you know what I'm saying? They watch these movies, acting like, you know what I'm saying, oh, this gangster shit's real or cool. But that's some whole ass shit. Like, you can't reset this. And someone put a post up I saw. Once you don't got your gun with you, you know what I'm saying, now you locked up. You know what I'm saying? See how tough you really are then. Passing out in the courtroom because you just got hit with life. You know what I'm saying? Passing out in court because you're now watching, you know what I'm saying, your mother cry because she's never going to hold you again. You know what I'm saying? And that's the lifestyle you want to live because you had a temporary emotion over, you know what I'm saying, just some stupid shit. And then you just destroy another family. And it's not even just the family of, you know what I'm saying, of the deceased. It's you destroyed your family as well.
I mean, that's definitely, a valid point. And, I could definitely get into a 25-minute, dissertation, on, the like the cause and effect of that. But we're probably gonna save that one for another episode, man. Because we could knock out a whole episode. I mean, just unpacking that one.
That's on my mind. I hear you, and I respect that. But that's where our mind's at, man. I'm listening to the radio and just hearing this shit. I'm like, motherfuckers gotta do better. And I agree, but I gotta hit this one last part. I feel that, it's something I do want to leave out there for, you know what I'm saying, the folks that listen. What do you think the biggest problem is, right? Do you think the biggest problem is us killing each other and us killing each other? And I think being as a black man, there's so many things you already got to fight day to day. And then knowing that you now have to fight with someone else who looks like you from your neighborhood, whatever it may be, that's another person you got to fight from. Just one more person, you know what I'm saying, that you just gotta battle against. So what do you think, you know what I'm saying, are some ways that some of this shit could actually change? Starting that conversation, you know what I'm saying? I know people have these coalitions and stuff like that in neighborhoods and trying to get the kids together. I mean, shit, they even got high school coaches fighting each other in front of the kids. Like, what fucking example are we showing them?
This is
You're
crazy.
A fucking coach. You know what I'm saying? You're coaching. You know what I'm saying? You're giving kids pointers, life skills, teamwork, and shit like that. And you're fucking fighting. What example is that? It's just fucking whole ass shit going on in this world right now. And just don't fuck with it.
But on a good note, how was the little ones, first Halloween? Because I came across a Halloween story that is pretty interesting, But before we get to that, I want to see how the young ones' first trick or treat endeavor went.
So, as I told you, I never really did trick or treat. I always had to do Hallelujah parties. So, what we did was because it was the way people are, and they got people giving out fucking fentanyl and Skittles and shit like that out in this world. And she doesn't even eat candy or drink juice, to be honest. So, I think the sweetest thing she drinks is probably like a lemon and ginger boiled water kind of thing, right? So, so she don't even drink juice. So that's probably the most tasteful thing she did besides milk and fucking water. But I think she enjoyed it. I think she enjoyed her costume. We did a little family thing. You know, she bust out as Pebbles. You know, we was the Flintstones. You know, so it was dope, man. You know, it was definitely a proud dad moment. Like, it was cool. You know, a lot of people sit there and say, "Oh man, you're a girl dad." I will sit there and say, man, this little girl right here, you know, has brought a lot of joy. You know what I'm saying, and just purpose. You know, to life and shit like that, like just doing fun shit. So it was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We had some friends over on actual Halloween night, so we had a cool little dinner. The kids played around for a minute and kept it moving.
Okay.
So it was cool. It was dope. It was dope. It was dope.
That's
I
what's
wonder how
up,
was it
man.
out there.
Now, out here, it was pretty cool, man. Of course, individuals that, have younger kids, had, a lot of different, house functions. We did a trunk or treat on Saturday, so that was, that was pretty cool. We had a contest to see, who had the best, costume and who had the best trunk. And I'm happy to say that, my colleagues and myself, we well, the past 2 years, my colleagues have won, the best trunk trunk or treat, situation. So, we had a lot of pressure going into the event, but we were able to come out on top again this year, and so that worked out well. Then we had, some stuff, around the office, bringing kids in, so that way they can go door to door. So I mean, that was cool. And when I was driving home on Monday, I was actually, coming past one of the parks around the corner, and I saw a group of probably maybe 25 people or so, trick or treating. So it was definitely celebrated. I didn't know how Halloween was gonna go out here. First year out here during Halloween, but I mean it was definitely an experience. But there was one. There's an article I came across about a city in Michigan that had to cancel Halloween, and
Mm.
they canceled Halloween, due to a roach infestation,
Oh
right?
shit.
So the mayor ordered the sidewalks closed from 4 to 8 p.m., to try to prevent, the spread of the roaches, because their thought process or their rationale was, these kids are out there wearing, costumes, and if they go in people's houses and things like that, then, they may get roaches in their costume and take the roaches home. And I'm just like, man, that is wild. I mean, we've
That's
heard
a,
about, rat infestations, in New York and other cities. And, I know, Baltimore and, DC, we got our own, type of rats, but a roach infestation,
that's
that's
wild.
crazy.
That, that's some wild shit. You know, and I think the fact that you got to cancel Halloween because the roaches on the outside, or that's some wild shit. That's fucked up, man. I mean, but
Yeah,
I think like a lot of this stuff, man. I think there's got to be some people that just got to step up and figure out how to, you know what I'm saying, just clean shit up, figuratively and literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy. You can't let kids
yeah,
enjoy the outside because you got a fucking roach infestation.
exactly, exactly. And they were saying, I guess that, you know, abandoned houses, that, you have squatters and abandoned houses, things of that nature. And, people run up in houses and, hang out and do things, leave garbage behind. But they were saying that, a lot of the infestation is coming from situations like that.
Mm.
And those roaches are just migrating, from, the abandoned house next door and coming right over into your crib, which is crazy because, you see one roach, man, it's about 1,000 more.
You know it. You know it. You know it. That shit ain't cool.
Tucked away. Exactly, exactly. But I'm with you. I'm like, man, how do you take away, a kid's holiday, because of roaches? There couldn't have been some other alternative. I mean, they couldn't have done, a trunk or treat, the school parking lot, church parking lot, at the park or something. You just had to just completely just shut things down. I feel that was just being just a little too extreme.
I don't know why. Why don't they like do like a neighborhood thing and like just bomb the fucking neighborhood? Like when I say bomb, I'm talking about one of the little bug bomb things. You know what I'm saying? Like Like why don't you fumigate the outside or some shit like that? I don't know, right? Because you don't want people to smell. I don't know what you do, but I just think it's some wild shit out there. That's some crazy shit. And
Exactly.
it's funny you talk about abandoned houses, right? So it was kind of rainy out, on Halloween, but and my wife she don't really do Halloween, right? I think I had to really get her into like the mood and the spirit of it. Just
Okay.
honestly, for as long as we've been together, this is actually the first time we actually did anything for Halloween. We don't, Halloween ain't really that big. Like I said, I mean, my folks kind of traumatized me from Halloween, so I don't even do it, right? So,
Yeah.
um, but there's a rule of thumb, right? I've learned, and I forgot about it at first. But how do you know if a house is accepting trick or treaters? What do you think the rule should be of accepting trick or treaters, or how does a trick or treater know to go to that house?
Oh man, that is easy. One, the house has Halloween decorations,
Yeah,
and number two is probably the best rule of them all. Matter of fact, let me not even say house because it could be door. A lot of people
yeah,
live
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah. Facts,
condos, apartments, things like that. So
facts.
it could be the door has Halloween decorations or something. But the biggest indicator for folks out in the streets is that porch light.
Facts.
If the porch light is off, don't come knocking. If the porch light is on, man, you better have some candy.
That's the one day a year where the porch light determines everything. You know what I'm
It
saying?
does. It sets the tone.
It sets the tone, right? And it's so funny because we were just going to chill. We thought it was raining, so I'm not gonna lie. We weren't even going to pass out candy. We just happened to have some shit in the crib. We had we just I don't know, man. We got a thing with gummy bears, man. So we had some gummy bears, the little small individual pack gummy bears.
Hmm.
You know, and we get a big box from from one of the large stores, freight kind of stores.
All
So we
right.
and the doorbell rang. So we were expecting guests. The doorbell rang. It was these little trick or treaters. My wife's like, "Oh shit, we got trick or treat." I'm sitting there like, "Is the porch light on?" She's like, "Yeah." Well, that makes sense. You
That's
might
it.
you might as well be expecting this all night, player. So you might as well go downstairs and go get them gummies and start handing them out, player, because this is what you got to be doing all night. Now she had the porch light on. And we probably had like 7 or 8 of them, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like,
Okay.
and I'm not someone who just hands out, there's nothing worse than going to a door when someone just hands you that one Snickers or that one pack. You're like, man, just give me a couple of them, especially if you have good shit, right? So, we had the organic gummy bears. They were pretty solid.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I'm hearing like, if I see like 2 or 3 kids, they're getting like 2 or 3 packs apiece. If I run out, then the push light goes off. That's the way life goes.
Hey, first
First
come,
come,
first
first
serve,
serve.
man.
First come,
Yeah,
first serve. You know,
exactly. Get it while limited quantities. Get it while you can, man.
get it while you can. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool though. It was a cool little experience. Our first Halloween in the new neighborhood. So it was cool, man. To feel like we was a part of it. It was dope. So I enjoyed it. Little one enjoyed it. She stayed up a little later than normal. So it was a good time.
That's what's up, man. Hey, did you happen to catch Diddy's Halloween outfit?
Yeah, he did that shit. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to figure out who it was. Like, if you didn't read the caption, like, he did a phenomenal job on that. I give him that. Hats off to him on that.
No, he did, man. It's when he rolled up on Tyler the Creator. I was like, all right, man, who is this cat? But then there's a second clip that
Yeah,
started circulating. When he got into potentially got into an altercation with my man Two Bit from Power
yeah,
on the street.
yeah,
When he
yeah,
started talking, and came back at that man with love, turning from the Joker to Brother Love. I was like, okay, yeah, that's definitely Diddy right there, man. That man did this thing.
yeah. Nah, he did, man. That shit was funny, man. The Bam was he was mad too. The Bam was like, he was in his feelings for a second. Too bad. I guess that's too bad in real life, huh? He was in his feelings, but no, that shit was cool. That shit was cool.
Yeah.
It was
That
the
was a good
easiest thing.
time, man.
A lot of people, man. But you see, they got that new thing when they got the little memes of different costumes, you know.
Yeah.
And so they had this one. They had this one where it was like the costume of. It said it was like 8 folks. It was 8 dudes in one bottle. That was a costume, right? So it made me think though. Like, remember how we talked in the very beginning? We were talking about hookah and don't come up to me and ask me if you can, what kind of flavor you got. If you can have, hey, can I get on your hookah? Don't fucking ask me that. That's one, two.
Exactly.
But I think there should be a rule of thumb, man. I think when you get to a certain age or a certain area, I don't know if it's like etiquette. I don't know what you call it, but after a certain number, your one bottle should probably go to two. And I think people get stuck by the ticket price or the shock value, whatever.
Yeah.
But quite honestly, I always say if you have over like 4 people, it makes sense to get a bottle.
Yeah, financially speaking, because you may get knocked around, going drink for drink. So
You're gonna drink to drink, right? And if
yeah,
one person, I don't know, especially if you're in this area, one drink could be $15, $16. Shit, I mean, go and get a
easy.
double.
Yeah,
You have $40 a drink. You know what I'm saying? Say you have 4 or 5 of those, then yeah, you may be kind of saucy, but now you just spent 40 times 5, you spent 200 on that. You know what I'm saying? If you have 4 of those, you know what I'm saying, 4 people who kind of drink or match drinking, you know what I'm saying? That's a bottle right there.
yeah, quickly.
You know what I'm saying? That's actually like probably 3 bottles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, especially if you're doing tip and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I thought that shit was hilarious, man. I couldn't stop laughing. I do think when you get to a certain age, there should be a cutoff number of how many people are in one bottle.
yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Because my days of sitting around the club and seeing individuals and ordering drinks and splitting happy hour drinks. I'm like, when you go out, you know what your resources are.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if it's 8 of y'all on one bottle, man, it's maybe be something. It may be a hang in the house.
Yeah, just hang out in
You
the house.
know.
Cool. No one's gonna fucking judge you, right? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got it, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But don't have 8 people in the bottle. You know what I'm saying? And now you sipping, and then you start switching over to water and shit like that. Like, calm down. Like,
yeah, and I feel the same way about hookah. I mean, if it's 6 of y'all, like 8 of y'all at the table, smoking the same hookah, get 2 hookahs.
2 hookahs. I mean, honestly, once you start getting to 8, you should probably start teetering around, maybe getting the third one, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah,
even 4 people in one hookah can get it goes out pretty quick, right? And especially you got someone with some heavy lungs. You're like, all right, relax, bro. Like, chill.
exactly. And that rotation is mean, because you're gonna take your couple pulls and you may not see it again for another 15 minutes.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think there should be limits. It's just like, when you go on vacation, man, it can't be. Nah.
Now, what were you saying about vacation?
When you go on vacation, it can't be like 5 dudes to a room. It just can't be. It's just,
Nah.
what I'm you're at a new level. You know what I'm saying? Even or chicks, like, it should never be 5 dudes to a room because that's that's a little bit much. You know what I'm saying? Like, on a spring break.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Life should be a little bit different. But I'm not here clocking no one's pockets. But yeah, I am judging. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a difference if it's like a family kind of thing. But you probably still get more rooms. But fuck it, get an Airbnb if that's the case.
yeah.
You
It's so
know?
many different options and alternatives now, man. Because now I'm not gonna lie, back in the day, I mean, late '90s, we would put, like 4 people in the room,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe 5. You had somebody under the sheets, somebody on top of the blanket, you had
Mm-hmm.
somebody on, the pull-out couch. But even then, I mean, that was kind of a lot. But I mean, you're talking about, when you're back in college, when you're in college, that's kind of understandable, back then.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. I mean, now, with Airbnb and so many different options out there, you definitely should not be a working individual out in the working world. 5 dudes to a room.
It's about priorities, right? It made me think too, right? So we got a vehicle that are great for running errands, right? And you know what I'm saying? I think if you don't got it, it's okay. You can just chill and fall back. Like no one's gonna judge you, right? It becomes a problem when you want to be part of the scene and you just become that moocher. You don't participate. You don't get back. Like you may not get back every time, but you become that person where it's like, damn man, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Or let me
Yeah,
get like you gotta bring something to the table, man. And if you don't got it, it's cool. No one's gonna judge you. Hopefully you got a solid circle. They're like, yo man, Bama can just kick it over here or kick it over there and just chill. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I think when it comes to priorities, stack your papers. If you feel good with it, you good. But you don't gotta be something you're not. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Live your truth.
You got to, man. Got to. So what else is going on, man? I see your Cowboys have, skated to another victory.
You know it. You know it. You know it. Life is good. You know what I'm saying? I won in my fantasy league and my boys won. You know, that defense right there, man. I'm good, man. I think we're still trying to figure out the offensive side, but I think as long as we can hold
Yeah,
numbers down, I think we produce enough to get by. So it's shit, man. I think every game this season thus far, there's been a turnover, a forced turnover. So if not more in one game, so
no, you're right.
it's
You're
been
right.
solid.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, y'all are looking, no, pretty solid, man. That defense is definitely, playing at a high level and playing cohesively.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
But well, I was gonna ask you, with you across the water sandbox. I'm not sure if the news has made it over there yet, but I hear your folks Snyder looking at selling the team.
oh man, I got that alert, man. I saw that he reached out to Bank of America, to help him, with the sale of the team, and I am, all for that. And a week or two ago there was discussion about, the owners of, would they come together collectively? Because I think like 2/3 of the majority, had to they want to take a vote, to push him to sell the team. So I don't know if he kind of saw the writing on the wall and was like, all right, let me go ahead and get out of this while I can before I'm forced out. But the news definitely, made it here because I always say, I mean, the Washington football team, aka the Commanders, for 20 plus years, Snyder's on the team, and Snyder was cool with me at the beginning, because he bought from to Landover, so the stadium was literally, a mile around the corner, from where I grew up.
Yeah,
But since that time, the legacy of the team is it's just been one thing after another, from trying to buy a Super Bowl team and just, giving people $100 million and, just throwing money against the wall and, saying, what was going to stick. But, I'm excited about this because, I mean, we've had quarterbacks, we've had, coaches, we've had, high profile backs, high profile, defensive players, offensive linemen. And, we haven't been able to get over that hump, so I'm excited about this new transition, this next chapter in such a great team's history.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Trying to see where it's about to go to next, man. I think it's time. It's time for a change. Jerry ain't
Definitely.
Jerry ain't selling nobody. That shit ain't happening. Jerry's a no. Don't expect the same thing to come from the boys. That ain't happening. He ain't
No,
letting.
Jerry has a different mind state though. I mean, now Jerry, of course, he wants to be, the owner and the GM, but I will say, he has done, a lot of things correctly. He's done some things that, I kind of, put my shoulders up at, like, I don't know about that. But he was also, a guy giving a lot of people second chances on it too.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you, and it's I will sit there and say I do not like the boys because of the owner. I will say that. no matter what he's done for the stadium, maybe the area, but I do not like the team because of Jerry. I'm gonna put that out. I'm a fan of the Cowboys. That's who I'm a fan of the squad. You know what I'm saying? There's an era that made me grow a passion for the sport. You know what I'm saying? And just I've always gravitated towards that. So, but I will say though, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know, these owners are wild, man. We was you know how it's kind of old now, but you know they talk about that whole the Boston side, right? It's some people, man, it's just fucked up. You talk about second chances, man. And I want to get your opinion on that, right? I want to get your opinion on the previous coach of Boston, his fidelity. Do you think he should have lost his job?
Oh man. So at the very beginning when I heard that story, I was like, nah, he shouldn't have, lost his job. But then when, I found out more about the story and, more about, internal, rules and things like that, where he did, overstep some lines. I'm like, within everybody's job, there's a, set of rules of things that you can and can't do.
Yeah,
And if you, break one of those rules, then, you have to be held accountable.
yeah,
And whatever the consequences are, I mean, that's what it is. But I do agree with, and I think it may have even been, Stephen A. who said this, so I definitely can't take credit for it. But what happened in Boston was an HR issue. That's not something that needed to be, splashed across, all the headlines of, what he did, because it was an internal matter. So I think the way he was treated as a result of that, I
yeah,
think that was unfair. But the action he took and the issue he took, in the workplace, I mean, I think that was, definitely fair game. But I am glad to see that, he's getting another opportunity.
yeah, yeah. No, facts. I agree. I mean, I think it's fucked up he lost his job. I'll still say that, but I think it also because of how it got publicized is the reason why he
Yeah,
lost his job, right? You know, it's just like you said. I mean, you always have these little back of the house rules that you got to go by. You know what I'm saying? You sign up for, it, you
yeah,
get paid by them. Unfortunately, you work for somebody, and that's the rule. You break
exactly.
those cardinal rules, or whatever you want to call it. You got to go. But I don't think he should have
Yeah,
lost the job for that, right? But it always goes back, man. You don't eat where you should at.
nah,
You don't do it. You know what I mean? I think there should even be a rule like very slippery slope, even for like dudes who be talking to joints who live next door. Or you know, you're in an apartment building. Y'all start having a relationship. Like, why would you even do that?
nah. You need that buffer zone. That
Mhm.
is because it never ends well. Because when it ends, man, that's it's different when somebody lives across town. It's like, look, I'm just not gonna go in that neighborhood, or I'm
Yeah,
not gonna go to this place or that place. But I mean, when you run into them at the mailbox, in the laundry room, in the parking lot, at the pool, now you got somebody new with you, or they have somebody new with them. It just creates unnecessary awkwardness
no
and
fact.
tension.
Shit, Boomerang taught you that. You know what I'm saying? Boomerang taught you that when you had the neighbor. He had the neighbor in the backyard just hating on him. Like Boomerang
Exactly.
should have taught you that shit, right? That's just certain shit you just don't do. And I think there should be a code. Like people just unfortunately, man, you gotta let some temptation just go.
Yeah, yeah, man. You gotta weigh the pros and cons in situations like that, man. The cons will always outweigh the pros.
Yeah, man. Yes, you gotta start thinking about. You gotta think about tomorrow. How's it gonna impact tomorrow? Because
Yeah.
once they get, there's nothing worse than a scoring person. Somebody who's scoring,
Ooh,
yeah, man. Someone who's scoring or hurt people hurt people.
they do.
You know, throw all kinds of salt in the wound. So yeah, that's my little friendly advice for the week. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat where you should at.
Nah, definitely do not. And it's something else crazy I saw. Because I know we're in well, I know you all are in the fall season. We're in the winter season out here. It doesn't feel like winter yet because it's still about 90 some odd degrees and
Never gonna feel like
humid
winter.
at night. But around fall time, a lot of counties have like the county fair and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
right? And of course, you go to the fair and you always see like the deep fried stuff, deep fried Twinkies and deep fried Snickers and things like that. Me personally, I've never really been, a fan of too much deep fried stuff because I'm like, you're just gonna drop this thing in some grease and it's already, something a little suspect. So, not my cup of tea. What I mean, if you like it, I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I saw that someone had posted deep fried boiled eggs.
It's trifling.
And I was like, I know we always talk about, people out here being adventurous and, somebody trying to find the next best thing and, doing things, oxtails, various foods. But I'm like a deep fried boiled egg. And, I mean, to echo what you said earlier, when is enough enough? When are we going to stop trying to, deep fry everything? Everything is not meant to be deep fried.
That shit trifling, man. I don't know. I mean, I still have a problem. I don't even like poached eggs, right? Like the eggs gotta be, you know what I'm saying? I want my shit fried hard. Like I don't.
Yeah, don't give me no runny egg, man.
Yeah, don't give me running egg. Like this old egg Benedict thing. I get it. Some people sit there and say, well, your palate is that. Fuck that shit. Cook my egg.
Nah, nah.
I want my shit. I want my shit fried all the way through. I don't want nothing runny on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get on the burger, I don't want my burger to have runny shit on top of
I'm about to say the same thing. Yeah, make sure that
it.
yolk is fried hard.
Yeah, man. Make sure that and I don't mind a good egg on a good, what I'm saying, turkey burger or something like that. I'm cool with it, but fry the shit hard though. Don't. But yeah, I don't know about this fried thing. I think people are. I think that's a little bit too far for that. I think it's, I think it's a
Yeah.
little far fetched. Yeah, I mean, I even go to like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know if I trust people who really even, and people may hate me for what I'm about to say, and there could be some really close friends who probably do it. So it is what it is. No
Yeah.
love. But I really don't like people who put ketchup and hot sauce on their eggs. That shit pisses me off. I hate that. Like I have a strong passion against I do not. I just look at it, I'm like, why? I just can't do it, man. I don't know, man. I judge people when I be at the table. I'm like, why do you just put ketchup on your eggs? Like like when you were in like middle school and shit like that, people used to try to put like, and I don't know if they were joking or what, but they used to eat the shit. They used to put like ketchup on their mashed potatoes. First of all, school mashed potatoes shit was trash. But two,
Yeah.
you put fucking ketchup on it?
Yeah, that's definitely pushing the envelope. Now, with the ketchup and hot sauce on the eggs, I will say, if I make an omelet, I may, add a little, the Spice King is going to add a little spice in there, whether it be, some peppers or something, or,
I'm with you.
you know, top it off with some hot sauce. And the only other time in life where I will put, hot sauce on eggs is if I'm eating some hotel eggs or resort eggs. Because, those scrambled eggs, they really don't, there's really no seasoning in there, so you
Yeah,
need
get salt
something
and
to,
pepper, man. Nah, just get salt and pepper. You'll be good, man. Just get salt and pepper. Add some cheese
nah,
in that joint. I can't. I just.
nah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
man.
the salt and pepper just doesn't do it. I'm not a big salt guy, 'cause I know,
Yeah.
how, salt can, affect the body. I mean, salt is one of those things where, I mean, you add a pinch of salt and it truly changes the dynamic of something. So,
Yeah.
but sometimes the pepper just don't get it done. I know I'll be on, on flights and, and they give you that breakfast, tray and you got them eggs on there. I'm sitting here like, man, if only I had a little touch of hot sauce on these eggs, man, that would make it a lot more, palatable. But
At least disguise it. Like if you have like chicken and waffles and you got an egg on the plate, you take the chicken off the waffle, you put hot sauce on the chicken, then it may mix with the syrup and the waffle, so you get that sweet and spicy taste, and it dribbles on the fucking egg. I'm cool with that. But I don't want to see a hot sauce or ketchup bottle directly vertical over the egg as it's intentionally.
oh yeah.
That's where I start having the drama. I'm like, all right, it's because some shit
Yeah.
just is. I get you, but yeah, I don't want to see that on top of the egg. Like that's just. I'm gonna have to say no bueno to that one, man. And you're still my guy, though. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey. I mean, you know, no self-esteem issues over here, man.
hey,
I can take I can take comment. I can take criticism. I fully support you. On the ketchup thing. I think that's just utterly disgusting. The
yeah,
hot sauce. We can agree to disagree on that one. I'll take it because hot sauce can be situational. As I mentioned. I'm not gonna say hot sauce every day on eggs. But as a person, who does enjoy spice, I need to have, something in there to set it off. Because sometimes, I mean, just scrambled eggs with cheese can be a little boring, man. Sometimes you need,
throw a
green
jalapeno in
peppers,
there.
red peppers, and
Put a
jalapenos.
pepper.
And exactly, exactly.
And I'm with you on that. But put a jalapeno, put a pepper, make it you know what I'm saying? Make it a vegetable one. Jalapeno, some spinach, some onions, a little salt and pepper. I'm cool. I don't want to see. I just look at it. I'm like, can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Hey,
man.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, but speaking of that, like I said, I think brunch season. It's funny how especially the DMV is. The brunch is like a seasonal thing, but now it's starting to become big, right? It's as long
Yeah.
as the sun's out, you know what I'm saying. I think brunch is that thing. And I remember we were having a conversation when like day parties and brunch were like just starting. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of really a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Where now brunches are the party. Like that should be the true turn up.
Yeah. Now this is true.
So yeah, man, you got a variety, man. But as long as you have a good brunch, man, that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you got the proper seasonings on it. You have to put hot sauce on the shit. We'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the good thing about brunch is, usually, you have that, that omelet station, so I mean, at least
Yeah,
there, you can, add a little spice, add a little flair to it, so you don't have to reach for that hot sauce on the table, or that Tabasco sauce, so,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. I'm still trying to find, a brunch in Dubai that has eggs. I've been to at least 4 or 5 brunches now out here, and I've yet to have an omelet.
Oh wow, that's deep.
I've had, amazing seafood. I've had sushi. I've had, some of the best lamb, but I have not had an omelet though.
Mm. Yeah, I like a brunch that has lamb on it. That's a good brunch.
Oh man, yeah. We went to a night brunch, that weekend where, it was crazy and hit 2 brunches, back to back. And they brought out, a rack of lamb and was totally unexpected. And the lamb
Mm.
was good because you weren't expecting that. But yeah, I mean, you have a brunch with lamb, you definitely want it. But if I can find one that has an omelet and lamb, I'll definitely be in good shape though.
Yeah, no, this is a good kickoff though. I feel you. I feel you. Just talking about food itself, it's we coming up on the holiday season. We just got through the Halloween thing, but now it's real. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving. You know, just being thankful and grateful for that. The smorgasbord of shit and the competition who makes the best mac and cheese about to
Yeah,
go down. So that's what season we in now. So this is a good
well,
kickoff. We will have a conversation as to again as we done before. Talk about who in the family makes the best mac.
of course, of course. I mean, that's not going anywhere. And I mean, sad to say, once Halloween rolls around, I mean, the year is technically done. So you're about to hit some holidays and,
Yeah,
you're about to have, gatherings and holiday celebrations. And before you know it, man, 2023. So,
man, it's a full agenda, man. This shit crazy. I'm talking about even before Halloween ended. I'm watching Christmas commercials.
yeah.
I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, time is flying. So as I said in the very beginning of the show, I'm just grateful to be here for another day.
But you know what? I got one more chip on my shoulder, man, before we get out
Yeah.
of here. So we were talking about Thanksgiving and, Black Friday, one of the biggest, shopping days of the year.
Yeah.
It used to truly be, an experience where it's like, all right, you know, next morning bright and early at the store, midnight at the store. Now it's 10 o'clock at the store. Now Black Friday is a month long.
What?
Black Friday is a month long where, you're getting Black Friday deals, the day after Halloween, which is
That's,
crazy.
that's wild.
It's like that's when you're really trying to, Black Friday starting right after dinner, was
Yeah.
kind of a stretch. It's like, all right, look, I'm full. I really don't feel like dealing with, crowds and lines and driving around and parking and traffic. But now you've got a month long Black Friday.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. It's a full, like I said, man. I'm back on that agenda shit, man. And how you gonna have Black Friday a month long when you raising interest rates?
Yeah, yeah, sixth
You know what I'm
time
saying?
this year. Yeah, yeah, I
You know what
saw
I'm
that.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you feeding into a recession. Like you about to have people spend their fucking money. They think they're getting a deal when you know what I'm saying. Shit's just about to be out the roof. And
Yeah,
again, like what are we teaching these kids, man? What the fuck? This shit's stupid. This shit don't make no sense, right? It's like you're gonna give them a month long to spend all their coins. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, they're like, oh man, this shit's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Your money's still flowing in the same way. So hopefully you got yourself a little side thing where you got some little penny jar around the side because you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you ain't out here getting doo-wopped out here.
like the big commercials say, drink responsibly. I'm saying this to all the shoppers out there, man. Shop responsibly.
Facts.
'Cause every deal is not a deal. Because especially, and it goes back to working at, Best Buy while I was at Morgan. And, you would see people, running there, trying to get, these $300, big screen TVs and,
Mm.
$49 DVD players. A lot of times, a lot of the stuff we get, during Black Friday, the majority of the stuff, man, we don't even need. We're just getting it because, we think we're getting a good deal. Now, if you've been, saving up like, all right, well, look, Black Friday, I know they're going to have a deal on the TV. Super Bowl's coming up. I'm going to get me a TV on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I can respect that because, like, all right, I'm trying
Facts.
to find, a deal or find something, or hey, they got interest free or something, some sort of gimmick that benefits you to where you can take advantage of it. I'm all for that. But
Facts.
when you just out just buying junk, just because you got an email or a text message about it. I'm like, come on, man, you falling right into the trap.
The trap.
Uh, but hey, man, before we get out of here, so what's going on this weekend?
No, man, I will sit there and say, man, I talked to my folks over good time, good smiles and good times. And they told me they locked in the brunch for the 18th of December. So they,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So we'll get them out there, you know what I'm saying? And possibly even have a little live thing out there, you know what I'm saying, for the brunch. So you can, for those who can't make it, you know, you kind of see what you're missing. And those who can, definitely, like I said, look out for more information on that. But yeah, man, no, just like I said, man, I'm not, it's been an interesting week, man. Just a lot of reflecting as I always do, right? Being grateful for, you know what I'm saying, the folks that are around me, and hopefully I got the right ones in my corner. So I'm grooving, I'm
I get
chilling. I'm chilling. No more pumpkin patches, though. Pumpkin patches over with.
it. I get it, man. Well, not too much on
Yeah.
on this side. I know after work I need to go to the tailor because I had to bring out the tuxedo. Going to a black tie event on Saturday. Going to Marine Corps ball. So
Okay.
had had to get my tux out. About 10 years ago, I bought a tux because they were like, hey, everybody, you got to have a black suit, a gray
Mm-hmm.
suit, a blue suit, and a tux.
Yeah.
So I went out and got me a tux, and I tried it on because I hadn't worn the tux in probably maybe 4 or 5 years, give or take, probably 4 years. So for the longest, I've been joking with my coworkers. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try on my tux this weekend because I need to see what's going on with it. And I knew it was gonna go one or two ways. It was either gonna be a little too big, or it's gonna be snug.
No.
Man, when I tell you, I tried on, the jacket. Jacket fit like a glove. I was like, I bet. When I tried on the pants, man, I felt like Steve Harvey hosting the Apollo show. I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna cut it, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna cut it. I was like, I'm not gonna go out and buy another tux because out here, it's hard trying to find my my sizes. I'm ordering shoes from the States, get them shipped here, and I was like, yeah. So I found a tailor around the corner, so my man's taking the pants in a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go pick that up after work. Actually, I got two stops to make. So I took the truck in for service this week, the big boy.
Yeah.
Because the service light came on. So it's like, all right. So, first time over here taking it in for service. And, I have to say the experience here is, slightly different. I was spoiled in the States. The States, you drop it off, you get a loaner, you drive about your business. Here you drop it off. They're like, yeah, we're going to call you tomorrow with the estimate and give you an ETA when it's going to be done. And, you can either, hop in a cab or Uber or, hop on the train. It's like, oh, man. All right.
But you ain't getting a loaner.
No loaners. So I was like, all right, man.
I hate when I drop the car off, they don't give me a loaner. I'm not going to lie, man. I'd be like, yeah, you got to find some will. You got to figure this shit out. I can give a shit less about your chips that you don't have. You better find me a loaner. I got places to be, especially if you don't have my car over a certain amount of days. Like, I need my shit.
Yeah.
I got errands to run.
I agree, man. And then, I was told, it was going to be, truck will be ready the next day. It's like, cool. Then I got a call around 2:00. Like, yeah, we found such and such. We got another part that's coming in. That part comes in tomorrow. So we'll be done, tomorrow evening. So now I'm 2 days, down without, without the truck. But I mean, luckily, 2-vehicle household out here, so
make it happen.
Can still move around if it need be, and then take that one in next week.
I get you on that.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, whole new experience. So it's shaping up to be a busy weekend. But I definitely let you know how this black tie event was.
Let me know.
It's looking like a big deal. So I'm all set. I'm gonna stop past the barbershop, get the beard lined up a little bit, so I can show up, looking correct. You can't show up in the tux, not have your beard game on point, man.
As a bald individual, right? As a bald man, I'm really nice with my clippers, but I think there are certain occasions where, I'm saying, you do want to step out right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that shaped up right and you be straight. You know what I'm saying? So I get you.
Exactly, man. Hey, like Deion Sanders said, man, you look good, you feel good. So I'm all about that.
There you go. Starts with inside. There you go.
Exactly. Well, hey, before we get out of here, once again, shout out to Shisha to you. Don't forget you can follow them on IG. You can keep up with us on Twitter at InTheBowPod. We always say, we're two highly opinionated individuals. So if we saw something that struck a chord with you, definitely, reach out in the comments. Give us your perspective. We're happy to, chop it up with you. And last but not least, don't forget, keep those hookahs clean. After every use, just go ahead, take that extra 5 minutes, break it down, wash it out, make sure it's all set for the next go around. Last thing you want to do is, be ready to smoke hookah, and now you got to go through this whole cleaning process, and now you feel discouraged. So keep those hookahs clean. So until next week, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
And as always, click, like, and subscribe.
Hustle 5 Ways Radio.